All right, internets, we're live. We're live. We here. We're getting to work. It's nice to see you. Nice to see you. We see we got the wide angle here, and we're about to go to the proper one. And I'm getting to the listing, so it's nice to see you. Welcome to another warehouse stream. I'd be lacking on my starting times, and that's totally my fault. Life has been chaotic. I've been really struggling with balancing everything I need to get done in the personal capacity and handling my own finances and business, and then getting to the actual grind. So I said I would start 10:30. It's definitely is 1 p.m. It's way fucking later, and that's the one thing I definitely need to adjust in terms of expectations to be able to hold up when I have more people consistently in here. So nonetheless, plans are working, but bruh, it is what it is. So my name's Bailey. I operate an eBay store called Grandma's Dead Stock, and I work out at this warehouse space with my man's Patty's Pop-Ups, right? So that is Paddys, Patty's Pop-Ups. And he has this wonderful space that's going to transform into something super, super fucking cool. But at the moment, we're getting this auction house off of the ground. So this is preparations for our third auction. We've got our second one happening now. The first one we did out of a garage. So when you're coming to pick up, when we have this next one ready, it's going to be the first time that everyone actually gets to visit the warehouse space and take in what the experience is like. And I hope to document the process in the future, but right now, because it's only the two of us, we are stretched a bit thin to make things happen. I'm very, very stoked and pleased with how things have been going, and I've got all of these items ready to go in. By the end of tonight, I'll already be near 100 items in the upcoming auction. So consistently, we're trying to hit 100 to 150 items for our Christmas holiday blowout. I'm not a Christmas man's. So for our holiday blowout, we are doing at least 200 items. I'm hoping to hit near 300, but I'm really pulling. I got my storage locker. I got more gear in, but we're cutting it. We're getting close to the actual capacity of what I have available. Recently, personally, got the boot from a marketplace that I was involved in. So that did open up some more product, but it really threw a wrench in my plans because I was expecting some more expendable funds through the holiday season, and I have to shift accordingly. But it is what it is. It's how life works. You keep it moving and you keep it rolling, right? So if it's your first time here, the process is I document the item, and everything I do is through my phone app now. So I document the item with my phone. I can upload it directly to the Max Sold catalog, and then from there I write the description. So the description writing is the boring part, and I try to verbalize the best that I can what we're doing today, but I can only multitask so efficiently, and I'm pretty good at it after doing years of trying podcasting, streaming, and different multimedia, but it's not so simple. And you'll see we've got a wide angle of the entire space as well as close-up of me, right? My computer is over this way. We're making it work with what we got, but it does need some improvements. It's definitely a little bit. It does its job, but it needs a GPU. We need a better GPU for the graphics processing. But I could go off about the nerd stuff. Nonetheless, I think we're going to start. Typically, I'm going to try to associate nerd and generic items and try to group them up accordingly after. So I've got a good little batch of stuff, and so I've got books, I've got music, I've got pop culture. So I'm probably going to start with the pop culture, then move on to the books and DVDs, and then get all the other stuff afterwards. So I think first, our current auction that's live now, these have actually been doing well. So let's start with this guy because he's nice and tiny. He's easy to label. This is, where is it? Made in China. A masquerade mask. But it's high quality. It's got a porcelain backing. So since people are already bidding on the one that we currently have, I'm going to try a solo one sealed, clearly unworn, and see how that performs. And then because I do multitask so much, I am getting spammed with messages as I'm going. So okay, we're getting back to it. All right. I'm throwing on some background music in my headphones because the copyright gods, I would love to play some music for the background of these, but I do simulcast. So I'm on Twitch, I'm on Kick, and I'm on YouTube, and the YouTube copyright gods are atrocious. So I get absolutely screwed whenever I play music. Unfortunately, that means that these streams, you just got to deal with my little slightly beautiful voice. I know what I'm doing a little bit, but we're working on the masquerade mask. Let's actually go into my existing auction probably, and I'm gonna steal the description if I had to gambit. I think that's the best bet for efficiency's sake. So we're gonna roll in here. So Max sold Lakeshore. Fantastic, we're in it. We've already got a lot of bids on the items. Our auction close will be this coming Tuesday. So it's Tuesday 19th, Tuesday the 19th. And me and Patty will be hanging out live, doing a live stream, reacting alongside the buyers to show you how cool it is to actually have company as these auctions are closing. So stealing the description for my last mask just to save me even that much more time. It's approximately 7 inches wide. So then I open my Max Sold Seller app and we get to photographing. So this will be lot number 31. 31. And we're taking a good chunk. This is very proper. Masquerade mask, sealed, high quality. Okay, fantastic. Then we do the photos. Snap 1. Do the turns. Snap 2. Snap 3. Because the biggest thing when you're doing photo documentation is trying to focus on getting all of the angles that someone would be interested in. So I start with trying to get the front, the back, the sides, and then I focus on the details so that you can flex how cool the item looks, right? So it's not that intensive of a process, it's just something that you gain experience in over time. And in this case, this little piece has beautiful details of little musical notes on it, right? You can kind of see them right there. So that's something I kind of want to make sure I show. And then the backing is porcelain. So this is something that you can wear for an extended period of time and it doesn't give you any gross acne. The little casual straps too definitely do good. I'm quite happy with it. And then the last photo in each set that I do, a tape measure so that we can show exactly how big the item is. So then that puts this one at approximately 7 inches. Sealed in bag, great for parties or costume use. Please see images in detail. Okay, so then add measurements. We do the little squiggly, the approximately squiggly, 7 inches. Also, again, everyone, I do simulcast. So I'm on Twitch, I'm on the Kick, I'm on the YouTube, and I do have a chat relay bot set up. So if you're on any of those platforms, if you chit chat they'll be able to see what you're saying as well, so we can all participate in a conversation regardless of which platform you're joining in the party on. I've been beginning to pull items from my eBay store and put them into these auctions, so it also does help with my capacity to add more volume. It was already my strategy prior to having access to this warehouse and working with someone like Patty that I wanted to ensure that I have an outlet, so that say something's been in my eBay store for more than a year, then I take it out and I auction it off and we sell it for what it gets, rather than me having to have a large inventory that sits around for several years at a time just trying to get the highest dollar amount. And that's been something that like I identified even before I had this opportunity, and it's been a blessing that I'm now able to execute based on that strat. So now we got lot number 31 done right there. Okay, done on the cell phones. And I clipped that. And so if you see me walking over here, I got wireless keyboard. I should probably create hotkeys so that I can just clip, but time, haven't done it just yet, and that's on me, So that was lot number 31. I take the painter's tape, lot 31. You take that bad boy, peel them tapes, cut it off, slap it on. And I'll make a little pile so that I can just put them away in a batch so that I'm not constantly getting distracted for y'all on stream. And when we're done, I'm gonna put them all away after that. So next, I did Masquerade Mask. So I don't have any other dressy stuff. We will do, we got options. We're gonna do this Wonder Woman lunchbox, which is like part of the nerdy collection that I had, and I'm very intrigued to see how pop culture pieces such as this go. I'm like fully aware of the flaws in my streaming process. I definitely need to be way more consistent, but I just also feel myself so overwhelmed with like just trying to make things work. Because bruh, if you ain't start your own business, it's a tough no to like understand the grind that it takes to execute. So this guy, classic, is he licensed? Licensed to DC Comics. No year stamp. Square tin tote, Vandor. It is licensed to DC, but no year. As lovely as Aphrodite, as wise as Athena. It is quite cute. And then same thing. Kind of like I used to do car photography. I kind of treat it very similar. So you do like each angle of it, and then you capture the details. So one at the front, one at the side, one at the back, one at the other side, one at the top, and then one at the bottom. And then you zoom in on the descriptor labels on the bottom so that if someone's curious, they can understand that it's an actually licensed product. So that's something that someone who's actually caring about these pop culture buys, they want to know if it's like real DC or if it's just like some reproduction item. That's one of the more difficult things to understand when you're starting to get into the reselling hustle, is identifying whether or not something is a fake, right? So although this one does have the dimensions on it, I really don't want to do the tape measure shots, but it's for my own best interest, so I should. Bingo bango. Take that. Cool. So I got the dimensions listed here, and I can kind of cheat it. I will make my life a little bit easier. We go lot number 32. We go Wonder Woman licensed lunchbox. Let's do Wonder Woman lunchbox licensed. We do dash licensed. I could put DC Comics, but I don't have enough space in the title, so DC Comics licensed lunchbox. Good condition, ready for use, seems as if it is previously unused. Made out of tin, I would say. Made out of tin. Does it say anything about that? Yeah, made out of tin. Made out of tin. Date unknown. Please see images in detail. And it is 7.5 inches by 3 inches by 9.5 inches. And we take the photos that I just took, upload them, and we are ready to rock. Add images to lot, and then I like to add the first image at the very back. Fantastic. So that's lot number 32, and we've got 2 done. The strat that we do for our auction house listing, 2 max sold, is to try to hit a $20 minimum on lot items, because then that makes it worth our labor hours that we put in. Because as you can see, I can execute at minimum 10 an hour, 15 an hour when I'm not on stream. When I'm on stream, it does become a little bit more difficult because I am chit-chatting this entire time, so I am doing the utmost multitasking. But when we are working otherwise, my big goal for cataloging for auctions is to try to hit 15 to 20 an hour, and then hitting that $20 mark. Do the math, right? That's $200. That makes it well worth my time. And the commitment to this style of being self-employed is very reasonable. I did previously work in corporate spaces, right? So I am a PR specialist and communications consultant by degree. And that is something where I can make decent money doing that. It's a good living. But I've always had this obsession with trying to make it on my own, and to my own detriment sometimes, you know? It's like, be a lot easier just to get a paycheck and call it a fucking day. But it is what it is. So we chose the hard path. We got to live with it. But then when you're considering how to evaluate your man hours, you have to be very critical of how much time you're spending on smaller tasks, right? So this one, now we've got another piece. We've got a 2010 Funko figurine. So this was as Funko was getting started, but the thing is, the Funko Pop market, the bottom fell out hard as hell. So we got Whiplash from Iron Man 2, I think. He's got articulated arms, so we put that in the description. That's kind of cool. I think it's Iron Man 2. It might be Iron Man 3. It's a pretty decent figurine. It's just sat around my eBay store for a while, so it's time to do that process that I was outlining to get it out of here. So we do Whiplash, bobblehead, Iron Man / Marvel, Funko. Uh, 2010 licensed original. Let's see. Let's double check. Whiplash was for Whiplash, Marvel. Iron Man. Iron Man 2, okay. 2010 licensed original from Iron Man 2. Great condition, good condition. We'll do good condition. Great condition is a little bit of a flex. You have to be careful with like using that terming, because great condition is like you want it mint or near mint, and I mean, he's pretty good, but he's got some small staining, so leave him at good condition. Good condition. Articulating arms. 2010 licensed original from Iron Man 2, good condition, articulating arms. Stamped A045. 045. Please see images in detail. So then the same thing that I was explaining from my previous photography careers, I do front, side, back, and then I get the bottom and the top. You've got all the angles of the item that someone may be interested in seeing. In this case, since it's got articulating arms, then I show that the arms articulate, so I do one photo down, one photo up, and then I do the measurement photos, and there you go. So just like if you were buying any other product, even if you're on Amazon, you want to see like front, side, back, you want to see all the sides so that you can understand if it's actually the product you're looking for. And nice to see you, Stone. Happy you're here. Happy you're here. How you been doing? How you been doing, big man? I'm pushing along as always out here myself. I was bugging out a bit yesterday, so hence no stream. Finances be rough. Finances be rough getting your own business started, so if anything, it's just normal. It's just normal. I just decided to focus on the actual work rather than being the entertainer, which I would say is damaging my stream schedule, but we're only human. We're only human after all. And a good thing, my eBay, I keep getting dings of eBay sales. Yeah, same old on your end. There was actually, you're the right person to ask. I was watching YouTube videos and I saw that there's all those new alphas for Ashes of Creation. It's the first MMO I've seen in a while that I'm like, ooh, I might actually, that's an MMO I might want to get involved with. Have you seen any of the Ashes of Creation stuff? It's been pretty good at being resistive too. That's what's up. The eBay grind is going well, it seems. Yeah. It's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. It's the holiday season, so I also have to I'm trying to plan ahead, and that's why I'm so stressed. I know I'm going to do okay for December, but then January and the second half of December are going to be incredibly challenging for me, especially now that I don't have my other sales outlet. Since I got that boot from that market, I'm short probably minimum $2,000, but I was anticipating $4,000 because I was going to make the business changes and have that better for retail shopping, but it is what it is. Can't be too sour. I have, and it does sound cool, but I don't know. I feel like people are overhyping it, and when it doesn't meet their standards, they're going to trash on it. I feel like it's just going to have so many different perspectives. When it comes to the MMO community, there's a lot of people striving for something new, but they're so used to the status quo. So if you're doing this Ashes of Creation, it's no fast travel, no this, no that. It's very slow paced. All the people that have been clamoring for something new, but then they're so used to WoW, it's just going to end up being a big shock in terms of the shift of the format, you know? There's a lot of stuff, too, about it being a pyramid scheme thing. Uh-oh. That I didn't hear. That I'm intrigued. I didn't know they had pyramid scheme rumors. I feel like that could get them in a lot of crap. The format just looked straight up fun. I have no comment outside of that. It just looked enjoyable. I liked the change of perspective on it. I'm going to take the sticker off this, but since we're doing pop culture, I should probably do this painting next. It's the only painting that I have as well, so then that hits it as a good balance. I try to keep the topic lots like near each other so that if someone's looking at comic book stuff, they're getting fed it right away. Again, our current auction is live now, and it's doing pretty good already. It's a good look. Considering it's the first one that, like, the first Max sold we did, it was all just Patty's stuff, and this one, it's mine and Patty's stuff, and there is, like, there's more bids on his stuff, but it's because they're tools. When it comes to the other variety, it's pretty even. Yeah, the idea of it sounds real cool. The player run towns and the people elect mayor. Yeah. I think with an MMO, there's capacity for it to work. It's just, like, I mean, there's all that drama this week about Star Citizen, right? I think Star Citizen is going to have the same problem as Starfield. It's just, it's such a great idea, but the technology just literally isn't there. Like, there's a lot of rumors about the developers, true, like Star Citizen, the developers are, like, notorious for fucking up their money, but it's, at the same time, bro, it's so hard to create a vast universe in that capacity because you can create all the engines and concepts to function, but when you have to launch it as an MMO with multiple devices, like, we are in a very advanced era, but when it comes down to it at the end of the day, it's like server space and bandwidth are the limiters. So you can create the coolest concept for an MMO, even this Ashes of Creation stuff. But, bro, it can really fall flat. Like, I've been preaching about that with GTA, right? GTA 6 is supposed to come out. We got a little cute drawing of Joker and his lady, Mr. J. But it's like same with the Ashes of Creation stuff. GTA, you go to it, people forget that, like, every single GTA that's released has had, well, in the modern era, we're going 4 and Red Dead Redemption 2 and 5 all had a shit ton of issues upon release because of the scope of those games. So I know everyone's getting super hyped for when GTA 6 is released, but I am very skeptical. And I feel like that's why they're taking so long to release it, because they're well aware that the pressure on this, after having GTA 5 being what it is like, it's an immense... Like, if you fumble the bag too much when it first comes out, it's really going to do damage to the Rockstar's reputation. And I think it, due to the short-term memory loss of everyone, they forget that Rockstar is, like, fucked up almost every release that they've done. This Joker and Harley Quinn, is it signed? Do I have an artist label? I don't. Just a well-framed print with no artist label. Does look like some deviant art shit. Well, ideally someone gets to take it home and enjoy it. And again, everyone, I do want to remind you that I do simulcast. So I am on Twitch, I am on Kick, I am on YouTube. So if you comment in one of the chats, the other platforms can see you, so don't be afraid to participate. Otherwise, I am very okay being your second screen content. It's totally cozy with me. If you see something that you're interested in, feel free to ask me questions. But otherwise, bro, I ain't got no ego. I'm not trying to be your next obsession streamer, you know? I just want my little piece of the pie. Same thing I said back in the Marching into Madness days. I just want my little piece of the pie, and I'm okay with that. I think what I do is unique. I do really enjoy sharing it with people. And if I can make a few extra bucks to make this fucking grind a little bit more cozy, that's good for me. But otherwise, even like my YouTube's very on track to be monetized within the next year. And even once I get that YouTube monetized, I'm paying someone like Stoned here in the chat to moderate, make clips, and then I need a video editor because I make endless content. I make a lot of good content, and that I'll let the ego run there. I'm very content with the quality of my content. But I don't have the time to edit all the extra YouTube videos. I need to make the VOD videos and stuff, like the summarized ones, and I just don't have the capacity. And so if anyone's curious, if you're just tuning in, I got my big screen monitor over here, so that's why I always look off to the right. Yeah, it totally makes sense. Same likely applies to the new Elder Scrolls. Yeah. We'll see. The thing is, FromSoft does tend to test their products enough. It's 11.5 inches? I didn't expect that. 11.5 inches on this painting. And 14.5. I thought it would be pretty even. Interesting. Again, if you guys want to see, so this will be lot number 34. Joker and Harley Quinn. Yeah. Like, FromSoft does seem to test it, and there's a lot less functionalities. When I talk about that bandwidth space, like, their game, like, Elder Scrolls, didn't play it, but I'm a dork enough that I looked at all this stuff, and they do have, like, multiple players in an instance, but it's, what's comparable? WoW, Diablo, you don't have, like, fucking 25 of them in one instance, and then that's where it will get messy. Someone like what is it, Square Enix and Final Fantasy is probably a better comparison of stability. I think that's probably one credit that the Final Fantasy Online doesn't get, is that they had such great stability from the get-go. Jesus Christ. And then as I'm rambling about video games, what happened to the Amazon one? Was it New World? It wasn't Brave New World. That's fucking Iron Maiden. Something World. New World? Something like that. New World, okay. Yeah, that thing died. Have you heard anything about that, Stoned? New World, I haven't heard anything about New World. 3 inches by 3 inches by 7 inches. I forgot to finish the posting for the Whiplash bobblehead we just did. This is the multitasking of streaming, and then I got anime in my headphones right now, I'm not gonna lie. Just got an update recently and got some buzz. That's cool. That's good to hear, though. It's tough, the MMO. I think the MMO market really relies on that critique I just gave about people wanting change, but they're used to what they're used to. So, like, people really want to try new MMOs of various formats, but at the end of the day, they're so used to, like, a WoW, Guild Wars style format that if you change it up and try to make it slower or make the pace different or make the questing different, you're gonna have a fucking battle to cement yourself as something interesting, right? Like what is it? Like, look at like Valheim. Valheim did the same thing in the survival genre. And it did good. It made an impact. It was interesting. It was different. But even if you look at his viewership on Twitch and Kick and all the other platforms, it fell off. So they did a great job breaking the mold, and it's a notable game that people reference. But when it comes down to longevity, it's still not executing. But there's a PR Bailey brain. I'm always curious about that. I think video game artistry is very important to evaluate because these are the people that are going to be shaping, like, the VR, AR existence that we're going to be existing in the future. So I think, like, the way that these products are being offered is something to be, like, very much aware of in terms of how to, like, disrupt markets, user interaction, and people's, like, human tendencies that at the end of the day, you can release Age of Empires 4, but people are still going to want to play AoE 2 Definitive Edition because it's what they're used to. Not necessarily that the mechanics are better, right? A big one that's super popular that could flop is PoE 2. PoE 2. I'm going to Google it. I've seen it. I've seen it, PoE 2. Oh, Pieces of Exile, yeah. Path of Exile, sorry. Pieces, I don't know why I said pieces. Yeah, I've been really wanting to try Path of Exile, so maybe when it comes out I'll dabble in that. Just such a lack of gaming time. I haven't even gotten back to my Warhammer game, and I really should be streaming that in the evenings. Maybe I'll get a few beers this evening and stream some Warhammer. We'll see. That could be fun. Yeah, maybe we'll stream some Warhammer. Well, I'll see. Joker and Harley Quinn framed print. No artist signature or date stamped. Quality framing and print quality and good print quality. Piece is in good condition. Please see images in detail. I also just realized I should probably, if I'm going live this often, I should note that I need to schedule a chat bot, and I don't know where to put this in my calendar though. Chat bot for a current auction. Because right now the chatbots I have prepared are based upon like if I'm live streaming an auction reaction, but I need one to be like, oh, you want to see? No, I've been playing an old one that I got off of like Epic Games when they do the free game offerings, and it's Warhammer 40k Mechanicus, and it's RTS. It's a strategy game. It's kind of like, it's very XCOM-y, big XCOM energy. Each of your characters have little stats. It has a couple cool features that I think it was really interesting to make the game have replayability. In terms of the actual dynamics, it tickles. I love my little RTS games, and it's really good for the RTS fancy. Yeah, they do for real. So this one, it's like 4 or 5 years old. And so it's like turn-based strategy, and you're the Mechanicum, you're the tech priest from Mars, and the Necron. There's a Necron hive that's awakening, and you're trying to like gain as much data as you can before the hive totally awakens. So it adds like you can take missions from all the different types of leaders of the Mechanicum, and as you progress through the levels, the zombies are like the zombie fucking Egyptian Necrons are like slowly awakening. So you have like 100% meter, and each mission, like you can get up to 5 awakening level. So each time you do a mission, if you're doing it more stealthily, you won't get as much awakening. So you can do more missions, and you can create your builds based on like the capacity of like, if you hit 100%, the game ends because the Necron hive has awakened. But I digress. I've been too deep into the Warhammer lore. I'm big. I've always been big RTS guy. Supposedly that's another one of the rumors, is that like people be wanting them again. But I mean, you got AoE 2 Definitive Edition. I saw an Asmongold video of him playing at Warcraft 2, and I was like, I could do a Warcraft 2 playthrough. That would make me happy. 11.5 and 14.5. That's my big nostalgia. I think Warhammer 2 was like the first of Warcraft 2 was the first video game I played. Actually, that's a lie. I was exposed to video games before I could even fucking read. So that's a lie, but I would say Warcraft 2 was the first video game I played that I could understand what I was doing and playing. StarCraft 2 is free on Blizz, but that's why I'm always hesitant, because like you play StarCraft 2, bro, I'm getting too old. I don't got the hotkey skills that you need. I've watched the people who I used to watch like competitive StarCraft, and I don't have the pace that it takes to be a competitive StarCraft player. That shit gets crazy. You gotta be able to move quick. It's the same with I did like playing Apex Legends when me and Raza started marching into madness when I was on my previous creative project. But holy shit, I'm too slow, bro. I'm old now. I can't keep up. I like it though. I like it, but fuck. Got old retro stuff. So retro stuff, do I go old? Do I go generic? Do I go old? Do I go generic? I'm going to do generic and then old. And then that's good progress. True, I feel like the actions per min is insane. Exactly. Yeah, the actions per min, you need to play actual StarCraft 2. I guess the thing I would check, I would do StarCraft 2 and see if they still have the custom lobbies. That's always, I've said it endlessly. I've been a content boy too long. Actually, first, we got a post-it note purse. So you put the little post-it notes in here, and you can like pull them out of the purse. I thought it was cute. Doesn't sell for too much on eBay, but it is an awesome little, it's cute as fuck. It's licensed, it's a note dispenser, and it's made in Canada. So that would be made in Canada by 3M. So that's a big flex. Whenever I can put made in Canada on the title of one of my items, made in Canada and made in the USA is how you get clicks, especially with our localized selling options. But where's it going? Oh, my big claim to fame with gaming. Bro, the time I spent, I've already ranted to Stoned about this, but the time I spent, I was in Warcraft 3, Frozen Throne, custom lobbies. And that's where Dota was made, that's where League was made, that's where Tower Defense was made. There's like all of these like signature gaming styles that was made in that era. And I was just a wee lad joining all the custom lobbies. It was so fucking fun, and the creativity was through the roof. I would say it's why platforms like Roblox also blow up, because they just basically give you all of the map making and all the game making tools, and then the community runs wild with it. And being in that era of like early internet gaming was big Kino energy. I loved doing it. It was fun. I miss those times. It was also wondrous. Someone would make up a completely new game type. Like I remember Tower Defense when it first came out. And that shit was so fucking cool when Tower Defense was first created. And I played the original League, the original Dota. I played those as well. Back then, way easier. But it's also why I don't play League now. Because I know I would get hooked because I played the OG one. So I gotta mitigate my gaming to like, I brought up that RTS that I'm playing. I need to mitigate my gaming to like something that I know I can pick up and put down. The stereotypical game I might be playing is that FIFA. I love me some FIFA. And it's great for views, so I should probably be repping some FIFA on stream. That pretty much had WoW mod for Warcraft 3 back then too. Yeah, it did actually. The one where you could control a hero. Yeah, and I remember it in StarCraft 2. They had like that. It was a medic one. It was medic based in StarCraft 2, and you could like go on an adventure in StarCraft 2, and all your characters had like role playing editions. I remember dabbling in that one back then because my rich friend had like good internet access. But Warcraft 3, I was at home doing it on my own. But it was totally. I I remember that, and those were like the longest lobbies that took forever to get into because everyone wanted to play that format. Post-it note purse style dispenser. Do we call it a dispenser? Post-it note style. What does it say on the inside? Note dispenser. Purse style note dispenser. Ooh. Post-it purse style note dispenser. Great quality. Great quality. Quality made in Canada. Note dispenser from 3M. Fully functional. Needs some cleaning. Yeah, please see images in detail. Fuck it, leave it at that. And I think I forgot to do the size photos, so let's just do them right now, right quick. I've been watching my comfort food anime. So my comfort food anime is Gundam Seed. This was the first, legitimately the first anime I ever watched properly. I mean, I guess I watched Dragon Ball Z and stuff as a kid, but I didn't like grind any of the animes. This was like Gundam Seed was the first anime that I grinded, that I was like super into. I watched all of them. Measurements, I'll put the measurements in after. We've got the purse, bang, 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 bang. It is 2 inches by 5 inches by 5 inches. 2 inches by 5 inches by 5 inches. Bam, bam, that is lot number 35. So then we label that bad boy and we go on to lot number 36. I gotta start plugging in this phone soon because I'm watching too much anime. Lot 36. Again, if we got any new viewers in, I see we got a lot of people dropping in and out. Just want to let you know that I do simulcast. So do not be afraid to say anything in the chat because the people on the other platforms will see what you're saying. I am on Twitch, I am on YouTube, and I am also on the Kick. I'm also extremely cozy being your second screen content. So don't be afraid to just like throw me on in the background, have me babbling, and then you see I'm looking at like a post-it note dispenser, like, oh, that could be cute. Let me know, I'll show you that. Gundam Seed is great. It's very odd for like current political timing. I just crushed Gundam Seed, the first one. It definitely has the best Gundams. That was the first Gundam that I ever built, as well as I have the first Gundam I ever built was a Strike. I built the Strike, and then now I have a Master Grade Strike Freedom I've got to build. But I built the Strike was the first Gundam I ever built. I like the Gundams in IBO and Iron Blooded Orphans, and I've talked to Stone, to you personally, about this before, but yeah, the Iron Blooded Orphans one, A+. The Gundam Barbatos is my favorite Gundam by far, but we're getting deep into that. Gundam Seed, I crushed the original one just recently. Here we're doing coasters now, just generic Christmas coasters. These things I sold really well at my old marketplace before I got the boot, so I have a little bit of stock of them, and I figured I may as well put them to auction with our like Christmas-based ones. Crushed the normal Gundam Seed. Now I'm watching Gundam Seed Destiny, and then I'm probably gonna watch the movie over the weekend again. Gundam Seed Destiny, funny for the political times, because it's all about a guy who like uses the racial divisions of society and then brings them together so that he can tear apart the entire constructs of like the economy. And it sounds like a certain person down south right now that preaches that he's trying to bring the people together, but really he's got his own master plan so that he can then become the overlord. And I'm like, this is uncanny. I hate how the politics work. You have Bale from IBO. That's a good one. That's proper. That one, he was expensive when he came out. You must have gotten that early on. Oh, yeah, and you said your boy went to Japan, so maybe that's the other means you got it through. But Bale was expensive, which is fair. That would be the one big critique of both Seed and IBO have the same critique. Big Bandai promo time. Big Bandai promo time. They were just like, oh, it's the Strike Rouge. They're like, oh, it's the Barbatos Lupus Rex. They just constantly like added little tweaks so that they could sell a new fucking model. Which is, it's the game, but I ordered Bale from Amazon. I think it was like $60. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's a good W. That's a good win. I guess, yeah, the franchise fell out of popularity, so. But yeah, Gundam Seed is my comfort food anime. If I'm like feeling stressed or I need to figure like just I need a distraction noise, Gundam Seed is on in the background. Now the thing I was watching Gundam Seed, and it's in other Gundams. The one thing I had the one thinking about being a tech geek, of like, you know how they have the mass drivers. Like the mass drivers are like a big part of a lot of Gundams. Like it's just basically like a big roller coaster ramp to like shoot ships into space, right? That's the only technology that I watch all these shows. I'm like, why don't we have mass drivers? That seems like the most reasonable. Why not have a giant ramp that your rockets can run off of instead of like Elon trying to like land a big dick-shaped object? Like, why not assist the piece in getting up? You know what I mean? Like, why do we still do we gotta point it right at the sky? I was watching Gundam Seed this time. I was like, this is the only thing that I'm like, what the fuck? Why aren't we using that technology? We just got one. We're doing it the same old way. And this anime was like, it's always been a classic of it, is having the mass drivers. And I'm like, that seems like very reasonable technology. Why not create an assistive platform to launch your rockets into space rather than having it just launch raw dog straight off the ground? Why not give it like a roller coaster to shoot off of? But whatever, it is what it is. Who am I? Who am I at the end of the day? Checkered set of... That's not checkered. Striped set of holiday coasters. Items are unopened and in great condition. Unlabeled as to manufacturers. Appears to be contemporary. Colors are subtle yet bold. Please see images in detail. Otherwise, yeah, a lot of Gundam tech gets a little crazy. It's like, okay, no, it makes sense. You're not going to put a giant nuclear engine in a fucking massive robot. I get it. That would be my other critique of like Gundam Seed versus Gundam Destiny. Gundam Seed Destiny. They just totally, there's like a whole big ass plot line in Gundam Seed about like nuclear weapons and nuclear weapons being like banned for use and the end jammers. And then you get to Gundam Seed Destiny and they're just like, yeah, whatever. Everyone could shoot nuclear rockets again. And like there was a whole like significant part of the plot line that the coordinators were banning people from, like, they had a technology to stop nuclear weapons, and then they're just like, yeah, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. It's fine. The coordinators thing though is creepy. That's a big modern era. I could definitely, there's going to be some. I could, if anything, that's going to be a big. That will be the next hot topic. After we're in like a more modern world where everyone's connected, people will forget about divisions based on race. Immediately after people, there's a whole generation of people who are genetically edited, 100%. So watching it is like, oh yeah, this is a little uncanny valley. Like this will be the next hotbed issue of naturals versus manipulated genetics. For sure is going to be the next thing. Coasters. This guy's a childhood classic, hard to pass with, but I'd rather he find a good home because I'm not going to use them. I have a little bit of hoarding energy on this. But I will be able to find something just as pretty if I want it. I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm not gonna let the hoarder come over me in this one. But so this is a little like bless our home hanger. Yeah, the eugenics race. You're telling me that like buddy down south, Mr. Trumpito? You telling me if he can like select what type of child he has, he's not gonna do it? So then that's the whole. I mean, a fucking Elon probably. If I had to guess, that would be an Elon move. And then that was the whole thing of like the Seed storyline. It's like the first guy to explore space was a genetically altered human, and then all of the biases started. Because then everyone was like, oh, well, only a guy who's been genetically manipulated to become that can do it. A lot of countries are actually investing a shit ton into it right now. Yeah. Because exactly that, right? Like, think of it. Brain drain is a big political topic, right? It's always been like that's the keynote issue for immigration. If you can prevent brain drain by just like making the smartest citizens possible, then holy shit, you're leaps and bounds above all the other people. There's nothing you can do about it. It makes sense. It's creepy. It's very creepy, especially when you consider like the applications between different conflicts. Like again, I'm looking at the big old US of A, but think about like the Eurasian nations. Like you look at someone who's already like a North Korea, quite well established, and all of a sudden they're like, yeah, you know what, since we control our population so much, we've decided that now citizens must alter their babies to be the most successful for society. And it's like, ooh, that's where it gets terrifying, is when the dictatorships are like, no, you know what, you have to CRISPR your kid. We're headed into a weird future, my friend. Home sweet home. Home sweet home. I'm just blessed that it wasn't necessarily a full conscious effort, but what I'm doing right now isn't fully AI takeable in my lifetime. probably eventually someone can set up an AI eBay system where you just bring the items in, put it on a conveyor belt, it documents it and lists it. But for my lifetime at least, this is something that's reasonably achievable by a human and not a robot. So let's just relish in that for a moment. Keychain wall hanger. Vintage piece from the personal collection. Made of brass. With tasteful patina. One hanger knob has issues. One hanger knob is a touch loose. Please see images in detail. Condition. We'll put worn on this one. Drop the images in. Selecting the images is tough on this one, eh? Done. Yeah, trippy times. I've been watching some of the Trump announcements, and 10 by 2.75, 10 by 2.75, 10 by 2.75, 10 inches by 2.75. I have been watching some of the Trumpito stuff. Should be about 38, correct. I've been watching some of the Trumpito stuff, and it's like he's not fully being super terrifying. He's doing a good job of like presenting it under the guise of, again, his whole drain the swamp shit, but it's that typical Caucasian issue. That concept isn't too bad, but it's quite ignorant as to how the power could be wielded in terrifying ways, right? Like fixing the education system, probably good. You want less prejudiced teachers. You want teachers that care about their jobs more, yada yada. But who's to say some guy in Texas isn't just like, you know what, all these black teachers, trash. You know, goes left in a second. So it's like low foresight, lack of foresight. Papa Musk, in charge of government efficiency. At first, you're like, oh yeah, he's whatever, a smart billionaire. I'm trying to play devil's advocate, fair. What, you think he's not going to offer a bunch of grants to companies that produce electric cars and spacecraft? You know, like I wonder which industries he's going to be biased towards. Like at first, like even if you're a supporter, I wouldn't hate and call someone like unintelligent for thinking it's a good idea, but it's like it's emblematic of that like age-old saying of like what is it? The fucking communist one. If you can help them build the cages, but you're not aware that the cages are going to be used on you next, right? Like the cages might seem like a good idea at first, but then you're blind to the fact that they're going to be turned on you. So we're looking at Papa Elon and Papa Bezos getting so much more power in society. It's like at first, cool, yeah, whatever, capitalism. Let's have the most successful guy get the most opportunity. You think anyone else is going to be able to reach their point if they're in charge of the economy? Like, no. That's just not how it's going to work. Because then he's going to see someone else trying to start a space company. Be like, nope, sorry, doesn't meet regulation. It's just like the historical precedence for the scenario. Right now I have antique pickup sticks, actually. With the original tube. And it's perfect for the holiday one. Hopefully someone gets these for nostalgia's sake. But it's like the OG tube. Made in Montreal. So it's Canada made pickup sticks. But also funny when you consider the eras, because like making the plastic for these now are like nothing. Totally nothing. And I kind of get why it's like a tube of pickup sticks before, though. Probably a whole big ordeal. I'm not counting the sticks, although I should probably count the sticks. I refuse to count the sticks. I absolutely refuse. And that's a good photo. Too many sticks. Too many plastic sticks to count. This is kind of ridiculous. 456 Granger Frere. I'm probably still reading that way too anglicized. It's probably Granger Frere. Granger Frere. Granger Frere. Granger Frere. I'm still saying the second word wrong. $38. You heard about the brain chip thing? Oh yeah, the Neuralink. That one is the same sus thing. I could probably agree to have some sort of augmented reality put in my eye so that I can see a lens. But I don't want something connected to my actual fucking brain. We're going to be living in Blade Runner cyberpunk times in no time. Yeah. Man, there's an anime with that too. Fuck. Can't remember which anime, but it's like an anime where it's like a dystopian future and then people got cut off from their Neuralink and then they were just tripping like worse than if we lost our cell phones. That it was like, oh, I can't. Oh, it was actually a book or podcast that I read. Yeah. It was a book/podcast. But big Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the Shell has it too. Ghost in the Shell is kind of like you're connected to this giant network. Talk about politics. Yeah, it was a podcast, but the guy wrote a book. But he did an audio reading of the podcast, and it was called "It Could Happen Here," and it was set in a dystopian future of America. Where people, they all had like their Neuralink chips in, and when civil war started in America, anyone, like if you entered the civil war side, whichever, if you entered the enemy territory, your chip would stop working. So like you not only had to like cope with being in a new area and being in civil war, that if you physically got captured or went over to the other side, you wouldn't be connected to the fucking internet anymore. And there was like centuries on, it was like the super soldiers, blah blah blah. Because like imagine if like you had a Neuralink and then you had a steroid distributor, and all you had to do was like get refills of your steroids, and then your Neuralink would like automatically dispense like whatever pain inhibitors or etc. etc. Creepy. It gets very creepy. Made pickup sticks, antique pickup sticks. Pickup sticks made in Canada. Made in Montreal. Stamped Granger Frères. So has some quotations there. Yeah, like the Warhammer, like the Space Marines. Just like the Space Marines, right? Because then that's where it gets, trippy. Like, that's where the cyberpunk stuff starts to come in, because Once you have the Neuralink, then you've got a computer that can like automate systems. So like your gym bro, even try to simplify it. Let's not make it scary, weird, war, dystopian. Your gym bro trying to become a bodybuilder. You've got a Neuralink, and rather than have to like remember your steroid cycle, you could just have like a little capsule in your neck, right, or the whatever in your heart, wherever it would be optimal. Probably near your something to do with your metabolic system. So I'd imagine it would be in the front or the side. And then your Neuralink is just like, oh, you mini steroid dose time. And you're just getting jacked. You're getting jacked without even having to fucking try. Yeah, but so that's my medium. I'm fine if we have some sort of augmented reality. I can put on contact lenses or have a surgery on my eyes, maybe. But I'm not trusting there's some fucking Terminator shit. You're putting a chip in my brain. What happens when fucking Skynet awakens and I've got a chip in my brain? That doesn't sound that one. I don't know, I don't like that. I can deal with like an external augmentation that assists, but I don't want something that's like hardwired into the fucking lobotomy portion of my brain. Sticks uncounted, but seems to be a complete set. Original case, but is missing lid. Please see images in detail. There, yeah, it's like 100%. It's like fully listed on that Skynet Terminator shit of like, no, because then what happens when the AI decides we should all die and he can just like make us all idiots? I mean, that's Halo, actually. That's some Halo shit. Yeah, you got an AI controlling all your soldiers, and the AI is like, you know what? I don't agree with you anymore. I don't like that concept. I don't like that amount of power given to the robots in my brain. I'm willing to secede. I'm not full anti using robotic assistance, but I think I want to like measure how much capacity it has over my bodily functions and my ability to fucking think. You know what I mean? So on lot 39, that was 38. Oh, it's gonna be a long day for baby. Big old roll saran wrap. Anything that's like an antique like this, I saran wrap it and then I put the label on it just so that I don't have to worry about the tape damaging the product in any capacity. The only thing about these giant tubes of wrap, they're so hard to rip without them getting like totally crumpled up immediately. But yeah, I don't know, because even me with my brain, like you see how many monitors my stream setup has, or even this scenario. I mean, I got anime in my headphones, I'm talking to chat, I'm live on stream. If there's some sort of augmented reality where I could just be like, have a drone or camera floating, and I can see the chat in my eyes, and I can have another info window, and I can have a video playing. My brain is like wired for that. Call me ADHD, call it whatever. I could handle that. Now, do I think it's good for every dum-dum? Does the fucking 18-wheeler trucker need to have that much capacity? Probably not. Does someone who maybe is easily overstimulated? Is it probably a terrible choice? Probably. But I could totally, like, if I had that would be like ideal working conditions, where if I just had like monitors prepared and I can just like go. I could document these items in 5 minutes a pop if I had like a window open that I could visualize, and then some sort of keyboard, or even whether it's a visual one or a physical one. Just like sitting here, fucking snapping the photos, And I could work so efficiently. But it also creates such a terrifying route because then, yeah, you get the long haul trucker. That man's, he ain't watching the road. He ain't watching the road. He's just gonna be fucking watching the hub while driving and listening to a Joe Rogan. It's gonna be a detriment to his job in society. Also, nothing to flex for food. I broke my food. So I've got roast potatoes, tuna, omelet, and dumpling with a little bit of sriracha and onions. Yeah, watching the birds flying, yeah. So although I see how it could be very successful for me, like, bro, even when it's VR, it's a bit more refined. The goggles are less. Because that exact same thing. When VR is more refined, bro, having a workspace, I already love having 3 to 4 monitors. Being in a VR space, and I could just like have all of my monitors floating. It would be like the Matrix, the control room for the city, for Zion. I could fucking bang that out. I could, ooh, man, work would be so efficient. Communications manager, I'd be like sitting there in my VR space. I'd have the Twitter feed. I'd have the document that I'm writing. I'd have the fucking work chat open and something else, and I just have the goggles on. I'm just like, okay, chilling. Blah, 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 blah. I could fly. But half my colleagues, even in a professional workspace, no, they're watching YouTube. They're watching FouseyTube. They're going to have a FouseyTube stream on. They're going to have some skibbity toilet meme playing in the background. And then they're going to answer a message every, like, 20 minutes. Like, it's not good for society as a whole. So it's tough. It's the same as, like, we live in Canada, so it's like marijuana being legal. Great for me. Good for me. Love me the marijuanas. But is it the best choice for everyone? Still debatable. It's still debatable. I got other rants I could go on, but I should probably keep it PG just in case the wrong people are watching this. I've got these great, they need some TLC to be touched up. They're like pink serving dishes with like an incredible amount of detail. They're just made in Indonesia, so they're general. That's why these are like auction material instead of like antique market material. But these should go. I would ideally hope to hit my 20 mark, but okay. In terms of tech, it is a very weird era for us all, though. Cyberpunk is probably the best way to put it. If anything, it's going to end up cyberpunky. I just hope there's no, like, AI war like every fucking sci-fi franchise posits. So if I had a gambit, that's probably what's going to happen. What is it? Warhammer, it's the Men of Iron. And what is it in Dune? The thinking machines. Definitely some thinking machines or Men of Iron War type shit. Nine-inch plates. I'm just hoping that when the day of reckoning comes, they see that I didn't, don't worry, I wasn't one of the racist ones. I was scared of you, but 2X pink glass embossed 9-inch plates. These plates need some TLC. We're going to do one more. I'm going to hit a washroom break and take 5 minutes. Just warning, these plates need some TLC in terms of cleaning. Great condition otherwise. No chips. Stamped. Made in Indonesia. Please see images in detail. 9 inches diameter. Gallery. Blop, nope, blop. Blop, 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 blop. Blop, 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 blop. Yep, 39. Add another lot. Lot number 40. 40. This is what we like to see. I can just take these guys together. Fuck saran wrap. Also, shouts to everyone. Thank you for viewing. I am, again, very okay being your the second screen content. If you see something cool that I'm documenting, feel free to pipe up, but otherwise, bro, totally okay. Be in the background noise. When it comes to the physical content right here, I do have a big screen monitor over to my left. That's why you see me checking the chat. It is quite helpful. It's probably one of the coolest live streaming setups I've had so far. We have a sub goal over on Twitch that we're looking to fulfill, because although this PC is handling the capacity that I need, definitely needs improvement. First is getting a new streaming PC most likely, and then I need to invest in the very expensive fee of some sort of Bluetooth cameras. Because right now, baby's got everything jerry-rigged. There's wires everywhere. I've got extension USB cables running all the way to this camera, and even to get to the one that's the wide angle that you can see me from, I got an extension cable there too. And then in terms of my mics, they kind of work, but I should probably devise a better system if I could get some sort of wireless Bluetooth system, because these boys, I have got a Focusrite 2. So the Focusrite is an XLR cable, and then what I got, XLR cable input mic system that you can use for various purposes. Streamers will use them sometimes, but XLR input mics have definitely become passe because the benefits are like very moot. Since streams are already getting compressed, it's like focusing on like high level audio quality is like, it's important to have good audio capture devices, but at the end of the day, it's already getting compressed. So if you're like the type of guy who cares about FLAC files and the maximum audio quality, you're already getting screwed out of that. So in this case, I've got conference room microphones. That was like my big brain genius idea. Holy shit, man. I was really trying to, like, how the fuck, I really need to figure out how to mic a room in a way that I could have guests on that aren't content savvy, because I need to figure out how to, like, I can't ask everyone I have come in as a guest to just be like, oh, here's good mic habits, oh, don't touch the cable at the bottom, don't jiggle it too much because that ruins the audio. And then I realized, I was like, how do I mic a room? How do I mic a room without spending $1 million? Conference room microphones. Because the people who sit, you're in a big meeting room in an office, they have just like one microphone on the table. So then big brain, figured that out. I got 2 XLR conference room microphones that I can just like sit on the table here and sit on the table there, and we don't gotta worry about nothing. If anything, you gotta be a little bit careful because it captures a lot of the background noise a little bit too much. but the ease of use makes it so that I can walk around the entire space and ramble like this and not have to be overly concerned about where my placement is. Or say even in this format, if I were to use a traditional microphone, I'd have to have it strapped up here, and then if I move to the other side of the thing, I'd have to bring it over with me. So this case, I can just like pick up the one and point it towards where I'm gonna go, and fucking problem solved, bro. Problem solved. Ramble number fucking 20 for the day, eh? I got a big ass Holy Bible for after too. So I've got this okay knife set. This is why it's also, again, same thing, worth putting in auction, because it's like kind of mid. Fake snakeskin case. If anything, the case is the one that's appealing. They are the Japanese made good steel knives. They're weighted well. They're high quality, but I really struggle selling these at market. It's good steel, so as I said, our strat is to try to hit the $20 mark on each one of our items. And these are $20 knives. There's nothing too crazy about them. I wouldn't say they're the best ones I've ever seen, but they're 20 bucks. They're 20 bucks. So these are CB steak knives. Japan-made steak knife set. CB steel. That if anything, when we get the better stream computer, I do need a third camera. The third camera should be on the photography set. But again, I'm running cables everywhere right now, so I can only do so much, and I think it's fair. I deal with a little bit of sacrifice of quality until I get my platforms monetized. That's why I have the stream goals set up for upgrades. I do need to improve them. I also do need to reevaluate how to involve my Fran support methods. Because before, when I was just doing Bebe on eBay, it made more sense. But now that I got Patty working with me, I can't just be like, oh, and all the money goes to my grandma. Fuck you. So it's like, I really got to take the time. Right now I need to do viewer rewards and my stream macros for the keyboard so that I can have the keyboard over here and clip. And then I need like the community events, as I said, the viewer rewards. I need to have things set up so that I've got a chat bot that is like, oh, donate X amount and I'll research the value of your item or something like that. It's big capacity, bro. I'm trying to be healthier and make sure I get me time when I'm not on stream. And that's where I get screwed over in terms of being able to do all the extras. I just wish I had enough money because I'm very comfortable leading and dictating to others. I just wish I had enough money and finances to afford an editor and like not necessarily an assistant, but at least like mods / stream helpers, because I make enough content. I just need the extra little hand so that I don't have to do fucking everything. And I don't have a big ego. I'm very okay if you have like an alternative style to mine. I'm not the type of guy to be like, oh, it doesn't look like how I would make it. Like, okay, fine, add your own flair. I just need need you to help me make the social media clips so that I can post them. I need you to help cut those VODs up. And then we've got a good strat here. I'm already on here enough, but it is what it is. It's life. It's life. Not everyone's balling. Set seems to have never seen use. High quality Japanese steel, pseudo snakeskin box. Nice little velvet interior, labeled as CB stainless steel. As CB stainless steel. Okay, everybody, I'm about to take a break. I gotta go to the washroom. I'm gonna step outside for a second, and I will be right back after that. Thank you again for tuning in. My name is Bailey. I operate an eBay store called Grandma's Dead Stock. I work out of this space with my boy Patty of Patty's Pop-Ups. That is Paddy. We do have an auction that's live now on Max Sold, available for local pickup in Toronto. We have another one coming up for the end of the month. And then in about a week, I will be doing another auction reaction stream for my friends at Acorn Auctions Hamilton. I think that is next week. If not, it's the one after. And they do offer international shipping. So although my auctions are local pickup, the friends, the homies, the adorable duo that I work with, they do international shipping. So you see anything in their lots that you think might be cool, you live in the US, they can ship it there. Unfortunately, through our current format with Max Sold Auctions, it is only available for you to pick up in Toronto. But if you're a friend of mine, hit me with a DM. I already operate an eBay store. I'm quite savvy with the shipping system, so let me know. 9.5 by 7.5 inches. So that's lot number 40. Bingo bango. Add another lot. We'll go to 41. We're making progress, boys. We're making progress. Boys, girls, what is it? These are boys, gals, and non-binary pals is what they say. Lot 40, and I'll put you on. I made a BRB screen. Again, no music. I gotta get on top of the music tip for this one. We're gonna put on the BRB screen. I'll put it in the chat right quick. Probably not pin it. I'm only gonna be 5 minutes. Lot 40. Okay. So then after this, I have an antique Blue Jays Loblaws coupon book. I have the Warplane Collectors Club of index cards for every warplane used from World War I to World War II. I've got a collector's edition of the Bible. I've got 3 different DVDs. I brought in a actually sort of rare, it's not worth a ton of money, but I've got the Hellboy animated series, Blood and Iron, which a lot of people haven't seen before. And then cassette lot, CD lot. I have an Elvis book, and I have actually the Assassin's Creed comics, which is also not rare, but unique, very unique. So we're going to hit the BRB. I'm going to drop something in chat over here. You can catch me on this screen. Appreciate your time. I'm going to hit the washroom. We need a little breather, a little stream breather. BRB washroom back in 10, folks. And I will be sure to put this on the Kick, since the Kick doesn't get the chat relay because who knows why. Shouts out to anyone watching on any platforms. Again, very okay being the second screen content. You can tap in anywhere you wish. Thank you for your time regardless. I'm going to do BRB on the main screen. Second screen is okay. I see we got around 10 viewers on each platform. So TY. We go pre-stream. We go, we take that off. We put that on. Blah. Okay, be right back. I'll leave the audio on too so you can kind of hear me huffing and puffing in the background. Take a quick nibble of food too. Back. Be right back. Wow. Okay, one moment. 2 more minutes, y'all. All right, chat. Turning the screens back on. We're back. We're back. We're back. Nice to see y'all. Thank you everyone for dropping in. Double checking my windows. We're rocking. There we go. You don't need the wide angle, baby. It's too much. Too much. Wide angle is for when both the boys are here. I got an apple and an orange. I'm not going to be able to eat that. So we're grinding till about 4 o'clock today. That's the goal. I need to hit 50. We are at lot number 40 now. So we're making good progress. As long as I hit the 50 mark, then we hit our goal for today. And I've got an hour and 15 minutes to do that, which should be achievable. Oh, we're at lot number 41, which is even better. So if we're at lot number 41, as long as I get to 50, then I'm going to call it a day, and I'll do the rest of the items later. I should have another 50 items that I'll be uploading via my desktop computer at home. So lot 41 on this next one. It's my fault for starting late, as always, but wow, man's gotta work out systems in my life a bit better, so I'll take a bit of critique that it's my own fault. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Can't be perfect. Can't be perfect. I'm juggling a lot. And considering I'm going to put in another 30 items this evening. Thank you, chatbot. Thank you, chatbot. Appreciate you, Stream Elements. Finally working. Appreciate it. So, Toronto Blue Jays. This guy. So it's a Loblaws Toronto Blue Jays fucking coupon book. I wonder, it's got no disclaimers. Does it have disclaimers? Yeah. And effective until December 31st, 1991. So yeah, not effective. But it would have been cool if you could still use them. That would be hilarious to bring in antique coupons. Coupon. So I'm going to try to bang this out. 41. We'll try to get all of them done, and then I'll have a snack. I'll eat my lunch on stream to finish off with you guys, and we'll get out of here. So we've got 1991 Blue Jays and Loblaws coupons. We get right onto the photos. I get the noise in my ears again. We put on the Gundam Seed Destiny. And there's a new episode of Dragon Ball Daima and the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight for me to watch later. So we got some content. We got some content for the evening. Blue Jays. Clipped. 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 Slight doggy ears starting. It's fair. It's been transported between a couple different workspaces now, so. Loblaws haven't really changed their branding. I'm kind of surprised at that. The exact same logo, which is intriguing to me, but many of these brands end up changing them with time. You guys get the exact same one. How big is this? This is 3.5 inches, I'm gonna guess. Ooh, yeah, it's 5 inches, so that's, you know. This is a lot of this is a lot about my ego. 3 inches. Locked in. We gotta get that dating life back up for Bebe. Topics sort of related, depending on how you see it. Then we'll do, so that's 41, this will be 42, that'll be 43, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. Cool. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Antique, vintage. Vintage book features light signs of wear, gentle doggy ears on the coupon book. Otherwise, features no signs of damage. Please see photos in detail. Great piece of Toronto history. Five inches by 3 inches. $42. So 42, I want to check how our auction bidding is going so far, actually. Just started my mailing list as well. Bids are slowly walking up. Cool. That's what I like to see, especially after watching the last one so intently. Became very evident that the bids come in the day before close and the day up, which makes sense. That's how the whales actually use the auction platforms. Blah, blah, blah. Sunday, we need to do a quote for office. Cool. Lock that in. Have a sippy poo. Shooting these guys. So these are index cards of warplanes from history. They're all divided by type. All the way down to this era. What is this? The SI. This is a light bomber. This is a World War I bomber. 1918. Great pieces of history. Very cool. Heavy bombers of all eras. So from the Lancaster to the Caproni. Jesus, look at that. That's cool. So we got to make content Monday. Content on warplanes. And then today, typewriter post. Typewriter post. Okay. Got my terrible memory, so you see me using my notebook incessantly. It's how I actually keep my life on track. Otherwise, ooh, boy. Electronic warfare. Oh, it's all the sensor planes. Okay. A lot of planes. Lots of planes. Window. From a lot of items that I've already broken even on, which is fucking dope. I picked an old farm property in Alberta this summer. Produced in Italy, 1989. Let's go to attack and support. High quality, great piece of history. Quite heavy, difficult for me to eBay ship is part of the issue. So hence why I ended up listing it in this auction system, because it's way more functional. Again, always capture each side. Use the tape measure and then we lock it in. .5 inches. By 6 inches. Get the audio on? Yeah, we do. Good. By 7.5. Fantastique, fantastique. Warplane Collectors Club. Warplane. Index cards. Oh. Warplane rare. $1989. Fantastic. Products. Sets are stamped as made in Italy in 1989. High quality pieces of history that were only obtainable through belonging to a specific club. Boxes are good condition, but cards are truly one of a kind. Please see images in detail. Done. 20 images added to lot. Fantastic. So now we're going to lot 43 and we're making our pace. We're making our pace. So this is lot 42 and we plug these bad boys in and tape that thing up. Tape that bang up. 42. Lot 42, lot 42. Okay. This is a couple $100 worth of stuff, right? So it's just all about patient progress. And you end up getting there. So next to the Bible. Blame that. So this guy, it's very pretty. I mean, I'm not a Jesus guy, but this is a good Bible, bro. Big, not Jesus guy, but high quality. Gold trim. Fucking great printing quality. This is like, if you cared about your Bibles, this is a good Bible. So, holy shit. It's a good Bible. It's a surprisingly good Bible. I will say that. Surprisingly good Bible. Oh, so much clutter around here. St. Joseph Edition Bible. When was it printed? Let's see. The New American St. Joseph Bible. The printing details. The family edition of the New American Bible is dedicated to St. Joseph Catholic Publishing. 1970, 1986, 1991. Cool. Number 612 out of 97. That also doesn't make sense. 612 out of 97. That's not how math works. Was it 1990 or 1986? 1990, 1991. I was given on 1996, so I didn't make that up. $1991. Golden Bible. This should do well. Can't imagine adding gold to a Bible doesn't help it flex. Also, again, thank you everyone for tuning in. Very okay being your second screen content. And I do simulcast. So I am on Twitch, I am on Kick, and I am on the YouTube. Bible. Golden Trim Bible. New American. 1990. Bible is in seriously great condition. The gold trim is absolutely stunning. Comes with no signs of wear outside of the writing of dedication on the front page. Please see. Quite large. Quite large. Please see images in detail. There's lot number 43. We're moving on to good progress here. And that is 9.5 inches by 12 inches by 3 inches. 9.5 inches by 12 inches by 3 inches. Fantastic, fantastic. Good quality Bible. Not a big Bible man's, but I can appreciate a good quality book, regardless of my affiliations. And now we'll move on to some of the more nerdy stuff that isn't as secular. So we got lot, should be lot 43, yes? Yes, it's lot 43. Let me double check my other listings. Yes, it is. Lot 43. Blammo. Oh my god, I hate when the tape rips like that. It's like something, nothing infuriates me more. I guess I get too excited. It fucking annoys the shit out of me, bro. Okay. I do have a widescreen TV over to my left so that I can double check the chat and the stats. So if you see me looking over there, that's why. Lot 43. 44 will be Hellboy. I like that actually. Let's put Hellboy right after the Bible. I love the contrast. I fucks with it. That's fucking kind of awesome actually. That's so awesome. Put another lot 43 on the side. And then again, we're going to add another 30 items, probably 35 items when we get home tonight. So then we'll be sitting at about 80 to 90 items already prepped for auction. So we got Hellboy. Hellboy coming up after the Bible. Hellboy, Blood and Iron. Underestimated. People probably haven't seen this a lot. Hellboy animated series. Maybe just a movie. Maybe I'm being too precocious with that. The all new animated feature. No. Oh, and it's all the original actors too. The Yearning. Terrible production. 2007. The graphics kind of look ass. But it's a cool piece. It makes me want to look it up. I think I've seen clips from it, but I've never actually seen it myself. As an anime weeb, it's a little defeating. I probably should have seen the Hellboy fucking tapes, you know what I mean? Sit. Good DVD. Thank you. Bam, this one's easy. DVDs are always the quickest. Bam. Take the back side. Bam. Take an interior shot. Take an interior shot, get that locked in. Take a disc shot to make sure that people can see that it's not scratched all hell, which is not, which is nice to see. 2007, Stars Media, featuring Ron Perlman. So Hellboy animated Blood and Iron. Hellboy animated series DVD 2007. Hellboy animated Blood and Iron features the voice cast of the original actors for the series. Disc is in great quality. Please see images in detail. Condition, great condition, and we don't need to do the measurements because it's a DVD case. Add images to lot. So that's lot 44. And there you go, as I said, way quicker. So now we're on to lot 45. Blammo, take the tape, take this. Lot 44, a rare piece of collector's animation, so I hope someone enjoys it. Should find a good home. I love that I put it right after the Bible. I find that awesome and hilarious at the same time. I do not typically like to bundle up too many pieces of media. Well, I guess. I've been really testing what to do there. And this one will probably be worth money to someone someday, but it's kind of not that valuable right now just because of the franchise completely flopping. Let's double check that we got all the DVDs in it. Yeah, we do, and the bonus features. Fantastic, fantastic. So we've got a Blu-ray version of Star Wars The Force Awakens in 3D too, collector's edition. So definitely a DVD that flopped. I put it in my eBay store for a minute there. It's, again, an emblematic of that cycle. I really need to cycle out things that sit too long, and this guy's been in there far, far too long. The best part about shooting DVDs, you don't need to worry about scale. Everyone knows how big a DVD case is, so it allows me to move exceptionally quicker. Bam, bam. Take this, shove it back in the box. Backside shot 2016. Okay. Document 45, lot title. Star Collector's Edition. Collector's Edition. Star Wars The Force Awakens. 3D. Discs are Blu-ray. Discs are Blu-ray and 3D edition of the sequel franchise. discs are in untouched quality. 2016 produced collector's edition. Please see images in detail. No measurements needed. We just fire them off. Blam, 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 blam. Done. Add images to lot. We're locked in there. And that is 45. So we're on to 46, lot 46. And now we have another classic DVD. So I kind of only separate the ones that I know have rarity based on their media properties. So right, we got Hellboy, we got Star Wars, and then I have another classic, Ong Bak. Ong Bak. If you haven't seen this, highly recommend. Very good martial arts film. And steelbooks tend to draw a little bit more dollar value. I'm not even 100% sure why, but when it's in the steelbook, people love it. But this is Ong Bak. It was the first one. So this one, 2003. This is like the guy who followed up from Jet Li. So after Jet Li, we got Ong Bak, and Ong Bak, top tier martial arts film. Like A+. I definitely love it. So 45, lot number 45. Lot 45. Bingo bango, locked in. Now we're into 46 and we do the Ong Bak, and that will also take us 2 seconds. Your battery low. Well, you're plugged in. Oh, that's also why it was so low then. Take a quick snack, shoot the Ong Bak. Yeah. Is this Criteria? Okay, no. I thought it might be Criterion Collection. I would have been surprised at that. Just stand, please, bro. That's the thing with these steelbooks. They don't like to cooperate. That's fine, whatever. Ong Bak DVD, would I say 2003, 2007? What year was it? 2005. Ong Bak DVD 2005. Ong Bak. DVD or Blu-ray? Let's make sure we don't get that wrong. DVD. Just say 2005? 2005. 2005. Classic martial arts film. Disc is in great quality. Missing insert materials. Case is in great condition. Please see images in detail. Add those. Ong Bak, Ong Bak, Ong Bak, Ong Bak, Ong Bak. Add images to lot. Lot number 46, save, add another lot. We are now on to 47. So lot number 47. We now have 48. Maybe I'll do all these discs after. 1980, 1981. The Rolling Stones, sounds of the 80s. So it's, what is this? 47, 47, 48, 49. 47, 48, 49, 50. We'll finish the rest later, which is totally cozy with me. $47. And we're doing good on timing. I just gotta keep it fucking plugging. We're done for our 4 o'clock mark. I will snack while on stream. I'll do a little summary. And then when I cancel stream, I'm gonna end up putting everything away, taking some time aside, and getting ready to go home, do a little bit of self-care, and then I gotta get back onto, I'm listing the stuff that I already have prepared via web / pulling from my eBay store and dropping it right into the auction. So although I started late today, content-wise, trash person, trash human, I got some garbage scooping arms, but in terms of the hustle, still on track. Okay. And so with this. So the girl with the dragon tattoo. When was this one published? 2012. So the famous film and book series first. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Steve Larson. A free special edition preview. Graphic novel. Who is it printed by? DC Comics. Didn't expect DC. DC Vertigo. So that should draw some attention. It's a good collector's item. See how she goes. Put it up for auction and let the people decide. It stood perfectly, actually. So it's lot 47. Done. Operation Raccoon City. Jesus, Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. I haven't seen that game name in a minute. It's an old Resident Evil game. Girl with the dragon tattoo. 2012 comic. 2012 print via Vertigo and DC Comics official licensed product. special edition. Good quality, slight doggy ears, and has been read before. Please see images in detail. Okay, take that, drop it in. 47, done. Lot number 47, add another lot. We go to lot number 48. Plug the phone back in, put the sleeve on, tape that bad boy up. So that's lot 47, lot 47. Oh, TikTok post notification. Thank you everyone for watching this. Even if you're a YouTube viewer and you're watching this VOD in the future, that's totally cozy with me. Just don't be afraid to drop a sub. That's like the best way to support me at this moment. I got 2 Walking Dead books, actually written by the original creator, which I was surprised at when I stumbled upon them. So we've got The Fall of the Governor. So from the part of the series that everyone liked back when they were locked in that prison. So we've got The Fall of the Governor Part 1, The Fall of the Governor Part 2. Both pretty good condition unless I throw them on the ground. Classic Bebe. Klutzy boy. Mad notifications coming in. We got Razum. Got Wiffles messaging me. Drop that in. Take a sippy poo. We're looking at what? What time are we at? 3:30? We're making timing. We're just barely going to make it today, folks. Grab the cam. Zoom in. Take the shots. Blop. Blop. Okay. One book. Part 1. Again, it's always funny how my photography experience ends up paying off so much in my alternative careers because I feel very efficient at my pace of photographing. But I'm not live streaming for y'all, bro. I could do this so quick. It's the extra babbling about all the items to make this an entertaining stream that slows me down. First edition. Is this first edition? That might be first edition. I'm going to put it in the title, I think, if it is first edition. I always forgot that the governor had a town too, though. Okay, measurement shots. Okay. The Walking Dead novels, first edition. These books appear in near mint condition. Definitely unread at least. Book context seems to state it may be first edition, second at the very least. Novel style rewrite of the classic TV franchise by Robert Kirkman. Gotta throw in the SEO terms. Please see images in detail. Cool. So that puts us at 48, and we're on to 49, so we've just got two more to go. We're at 31, so we're setting it up well. 48. So these guys, look, they're pretty good. Wrap them up. 48. Two more. Keep working. Woo-wee. Got a lot done today, eh? Two more lots. Elvis. So now we have an Elvis. What is this? Elvis Walk in My Shoes. The Essentials for 1970s Masters. I think this came with a record set. Lots of great pieces in here in terms of quality, imagery. Jesus, look at that man dance. Fucking Elvis. Teaching white people that they can move. $19.95 print. Great graphics included if you love the fucking Elvis man. slap this down. Sold Elvis graphic walk a mile in my shoes graphic book. A brochure, graphic novel, Meg. 1995. 1995, we'll put that. Item seems to have come with a record collection in the past. High quality cardstock and images. Colors are fantastic. Light damage on doggy eared and shows signs of being read heavily. Great collection piece if you love the Elvis Mans. Please see images in detail. And that is 11 inches by 5.5 inches. Okay, so there's lot number 49. Now we're on to lot number 50. And that's our last one for the day. I'm going to do my spiel to say bye to y'all. We could get the fuck out of here. What's our uptime looking like? How long were we on? No internet issues today, too. Yeah, we made it 3 hours. That's good. That's good. Oh, last one. Sounds of the 80s. Sounds of the 80s. We've got a disc set. One from Time Magazine and two from the Rolling Stones. So he's got his CD set on eBay too long. Someone should buy these. These are a nice little set. All printed 1995. Okay. Sounds of the 80s. Sounds of the 80s, 1995 print. '95 CD prints. compilation albums of classic music. 2X CDs are from the Rolling Stones. 1 CD is from Time Life Music. Please see images in detail. Great piece to complete a collection. Great piece to complete a collection. Done. Blammo. There's our listing for the day, folks. Go to catalog. Sync catalog. And we're at 50. Oh, I can breathe. All right. I shall take a Ziploc for this, boys, actually. Woo-wee. Okay. Fucking the tape again. I told you already. Oh my god, I went over this chat. The tape, when it rips like that, inevitably it's due to my own impatience, but oh my god. Oh my god. Come on. Come on. Done. And gang, we did it. We did it. This is awesome. Okay. So, had a great day so far. Good documentation. If anything, I started late today, and that was my fault, as always. What's new? I have a little bit more balance in my life, and it's probably my fault. Probably. It's still a little disillusive of the blame, but 100% my fault. Things are good. I'm not fully bugging out, but I am in tough times. So hence yesterday, bro. I was supposed to stream yesterday, and I'm just feeling under too much pressure. I'm in do or die mode. I don't want to be too transparent about where I'm at, but I gotta make it work. And I'm not fully cracking, but I'm starting to feel I'm under the knife, bro. This auction, this next one, will go good. This current one seems like it's going to go well. But the issue with my house is I'm always betting on future Bailey and future money, and right now, I ain't got nothing, and because I got the boot out of Bizarre Toronto, which I'll make a video about later, about their immature communication style and how terrible business people they were. But in the meantime, because I was kicked out of there, I was expecting a lot of holiday sales. I was anticipating, I budgeted for a couple $1,000s to be made over the holiday season. So I'm short a couple grand. I'm already in tough times of trying to make it work, but due to these people's inability to communicate healthily, they fucked me, and they knew the position that I'm in. But I'm gonna let it eat them alive rather than be greedy about it. I am going to make a YouTube video summarizing my experience. Oh, it's totally okay. Thank you, Matrix, and nice to see you. I am going to make a YouTube video about it, but I'm giving myself some time so that the aggression passes. It's already primarily gone. I just wanted to make sure I gave myself at least a month after I got out of there so that it's not top of mind. Because if anything, it's a lesson about A, how the lack of communication can affect your business relationships. B, possessiveness over your artistic ideology and not being able to communicate how you can collaborate with others about it. And C, like privilege. Big privilege. They just got the money. They got enough money to open that business. They were able to open that business, but they didn't have any managerial experience. And it was very indicative through their ability to understand the emotions of others that clearly they've only worked with others in a hierarchical environment. So it was pitched to us as a co-op, as a more socialist vibe. It 100% was not. So that's like, I want to make sure I hammer that home as one of my primary points to warn anyone, because they were pitching, oh, it's a co-op, oh, everyone gets involved. No, it was not a co-op environment. Yes, better to be clear, concise, and a critique. I just did a class about effective and ineffective communication, yeah. In the simplest form, every time I brought up a critique of their systems, same thing as working in any other work environment. Effective management and effective leadership are primarily divided by accountability. So, if I either question something and are not willing to admit where your flaws are while telling me I'm wrong, bad management. If you are wrong and I was able to identify that and you're not able to ever apologize for it, that's bad leadership. Leadership requires accountability in the context that you're able to own up to a flaw of yours and a mistake in that situation, and management requires you to be able to identify where wrongdoings may have occurred in either aspect of the relationship. And that was something that I specifically identified as a major shortcoming in that business relationship. But bad people skills in general, but that's that's where I'm biased. Nonetheless, it is what it is. It is what it is. Big page. I'm gonna talk about that for ages. So instead I funneled it into, like, I'm gonna start writing YouTube scripts about that type of stuff. About how missing those gaps, like not being able to humble yourself, can damage your business relationships with other people. And how, like, possessiveness over your own ideas can make other people feel isolated. But same thing, I want to make sure that I have enough space from it so that I'm not just being like, this last one I was in. Because it's something that I experienced in a lot of the nonprofit workspaces I worked in. Because it was a similar energy. I was a communications manager at all these big profits. I worked in big business. A lot of the exact same issues. A lot of people who meant well. They're genuinely not evil. They're genuinely not in that position of power with an intention to try to manipulate other people's perspectives. But their own naivete as to how their selfish perspective can affect the productivity and effectiveness of others would cause a rot within the organizational structure that is insanely difficult to remedy unless that person is willing and able to acknowledge how they contributed to it. But this is why I'm the communications manager, because this is like my specialty. But to identify where that flaw is coming from. That said, the biggest flaw in humans is being able to admit that they're wrong. And it's something that has eternally caused me problems with authority and in other formats. So, I gotta be transparent there. It's just, wow. I've seen it in every aspect of business that I've worked in now. Whether it be lobbying, whether it be in restaurants, whether it be in the nonprofit industry, or now in a cooperative vintage environment. It's like, wow. That was the part I had to keep my head up with the degradation of that relationship, because Bebe here has a history of getting himself in trouble because I talk too much. I yap too much. I have no problem. If I see something's wrong, I'm going to tell you that there's something wrong. I'm not going to degrade you. I'm not going to call you an idiot. I'm not going to say it's your fault. I think that's another thing that's important, that sometimes things that are wrong, it's not any explicit, no one made an explicit choice to do that. But I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to speak up. I'm going to talk about it. If I'm confident in my skills. And if I can identify that there's a flaw in the system, I'm going to bring it up. And that, not only in this most recent business relationship, but in many of my business relationships, it's landed me in unfortunate outcomes, because many humans do not like to face the repercussions of their own decisions or have someone push them towards making a decision unless they were prompted. So, honesty is the best policy unless that person's got more power and money than you. This feels like a big analogy for politics nowadays. Man, just dropping knowledge darts out here today, eh? Fucking business bombs and knowledge darts. But I appreciate y'all. I had a good hustle today. I.e., my own flaws, bro. I started late. I got a lot to do. I do execute it, but I'm a little slow in the mornings. I went out to a concert last night. I had a few too many drinks. I should have stayed up later getting the work done I needed to do so I can be ready to go today, but I didn't. I fucked up. And me, as an independent contractor, as a business owner, I can admit that. It's a flaw of mine. I like to indulge a little bit too much, and I get overwhelmed. I get anxious. So since I was overwhelmed and anxious, I decided to indulge in momentary pleasure, which was good. It was rejuvenating. It was the right choice. But at the same time, it impacted my capacity to be productive today. I wanted to start at 10:30. Instead, I got to start at 1. You know what I don't do? I don't blame it on anyone else. It was my fault. And that's okay. It's okay for you to be the one that's at fault in a scenario. And it's okay, at the same time, if you're not meeting your own objectives. This is why you set proper goals for yourself that aren't unobtainable, but efficient goal setting lies in your ability to set a goal that you will still succeed even if you come under the mark, right? It's always okay to fail. And bro, Matrix, you've known me long enough. How many times, how many business ideas, how many wacky plans have I had that have failed? Started marching into madness, failed. Started a photography studio, failed. Tried to start a clothing company before, failed. Tried to start a nonprofit before, failed. This is what I'm on, like 5th or 6th thing. And in each of those scenarios, I'm able to confidently, let's take confident out, because, hey, everyone's self-conscious, but I'm able to admit where my flaws impacted the success of those failures, right? Not failures, just lessons, progression. Well, that's the thing, yeah. What is it? Oh, what was it? I'm so bad with quotes. It's like run forward, gain 2, hesitate, lose 1, right? So if you choose to just keep going, you're always going to gain more knowledge. If you hesitate, you're going to be pulled back into the darkness. So it's always a tough dichotomy because you don't want to be too bullish. Although that is a wonderful quote and sounds cool to say, it does have flaws to it. But if you've got dreams and goals and things you want to achieve, and you let those negative experiences drag you down from achieving your own success, then why did you do it in the first place anyways? But at the same time, I feel hesitant preaching that because it can become toxic hella quick, like mad quick. I mean, that was my nonprofit life first when I tried to start the charity in high school. It was something that I was very passionate about, but I was bullish in that capacity. It was like, let's keep pushing forward, and I was so focused on developing that I was ignorant to what needs to be done or listening to the lessons of others, and then next thing you know, it totally fell apart. I did have many lovely experiences through it, but if you take 2 steps forward and 1 backwards, you're still moving forward, just not as fast. Yeah, there you go. I like that one. That's a better wording of it. I think I definitely fucked it up. That's like Signature Bailey. Signature Bailey is trying to deliver a quote and he gets it completely jumbled. I like to blame it on my dyslexia, but it's probably just me being dumb, which is also okay. But so today, now, in our upcoming auction ending on November 31st, we are set up with 50 items prepared. I will be home tonight working by myself off camera to upload the next 30 items to the background of the Max Sold page. So that will get us to about 80. I have 5 more that I'm taking off eBay, so we'll be at 85. So we just have to do 15 for next week of documentation in person. And I've got mad movie posters and stuff like that. So I want to hit 100 items of my own contribution to our upcoming auction at the end of the month, and Patty should be hitting it up another 100. It seems like he's going to be moving a bit slower, so based on a business relationship, that may mean I'm taking up some of the slack for him, and he'll be compensating me in cash for that. But regardless, I do have faith in where this is going. I'm just hard financial times. The one thing I might be doing tonight as well is I might be looking for a seasonal job. I might need something that's like 10 hours a week or something that's just for like a few months over Christmas. We'll see. I'm hurting that bad. I'm hurting that fucking bad, dog. But same rambles as before. You gotta humble yourself. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to fucking make it work. So if it means I gotta bite the ego and admit that I'm not making ends meet right now, that's fine too. I do kind of a Sunday. I want to stream photo editing for sure. I would really like to pop on tomorrow. So either like tonight or tomorrow, I'll probably play a little bit of that Warhammer 40k live on stream. I got to resolve that. And then that's the same flaws I was talking about. I've been lacking on the consistency of my stream schedule. So that's the last thing I got to sort out in terms of consistency. And that will help make things balance out way better. But thank you, Stoned. Thank you, Matrix. Always lovely to see you too. 2 of the most valued humans I have in my life. Thank you very much for supporting. Yeah, Michael Jordan and Michael Scott. Yeah. Appreciate y'all. I know y'all both have interesting life paths as well. So I am grateful that through all my wacky journeys, I've had the 2 of you supporting that. I mean, hell, I met Matrix in an elevator and they trusted me immediately. So I don't take any of that shit for granted. Stone's always been around. I do respect him. He's my brother. Stone's given me support that I cannot ever pay back in the way that he helped out my family. I shouldn't say cannot. Ideally I can, but it doesn't go unrecognized. And then Matrix, Matrix trusted me as a photographer immediately. That was something that, like, Matrix always supported my passion. Even some of these fucking nerdy things are still leftovers from Matrix that gave me out of trust in this ambition to do this style of hustle. But I digress. For the YouTube folks, my name's Bailey. I operate an eBay store called Grandma's Dead Stock. Outside of that, I do reselling local in Toronto, but the eBay store is international shipping. You would have seen the link appear in the chat as I was doing the stream. In this warehouse space that I'm functioning out of, I've been blessed to meet my man's named Paddy, that is Paddy, of Paddy's Pop-Ups. And now we're taking our business to the next level, where we are actually developing into an auction house so we can sell hundreds of items a month and clear out estates. It's also very important to us to find good homes for these items. So there is the hippie aspect to the auction house, to not just like make as much capitalist money as we possibly can, but also like provide a downsizing service, so that either things that you got too much of, but you want them to find the right home, or like, hey man, you could be nearing the end of your life. You could have a grandmother nearing the end of her life, and you want to make sure that all those items are appreciated rather than just thrown in the dump. It's important to us that we're providing that aspect of our communication through the business as well. So if you're local in Toronto, you want to get those things off, you know where to come. Instagram, TikTok, all the same. You'll see them in the descriptions. I'm not saying all the ads. And thank you, Matrix. You knew you were good. Yeah, I knew you were a good human from day one, and I appreciate it. It was a big growing experience. I think you're a special human too, and I will always be grateful for you being around. So yeah, again, I'll either be on late tonight, but if I'm honest, probably midday tomorrow. Because I'm gonna do some job scrolling. After I do the job scrolling, and be like, I don't want to stream. But either way, appreciate y'all. Have a good evening. Thank you everyone for stopping by. I'm gonna end up putting all that stuff away that I cataloged and making sure that I don't leave our office space a mess, because I've been trying to be a good baby as a messy boy. I'm trying to make sure I'm not a messy boy here. All right? Okay? Shouts to y'all. Thank you everyone for stopping by. I'll be streaming Monday as well, and then Tuesday we have the auction reaction stream for the closing of our current auction. All right? Cool. Love y'all. Take care. Have a good evening as well as Stone.